Hi everyone, I'm Phalanges.
And I'm not a psychopath, Phalanges. I'm a high functioning sociopath. You want to start again?
Let's just go. Let's just go with it. Welcome to the MouseCast podcast for the week of Friday, April 11th. This week we're talking about Steelseries Prime clones incoming. RIP that guy in Australia who I sold a $150 Prime wireless custom mod to. Also, we don't have a whole lot of news this week, so we're going to talk about random stuff like how we evaluate mice and pads for personal use.
Got some big stuff coming from some big companies, the Deathadder V4 potentially, as well as Artisan releasing a new pad, a V2 of my favorite hybrid, the Otsu.
Yum. So, as always, Dazz. Subscribe. We do this every week, guys. Fridays is release date. Discord link in the description below. Neither of us can talk this pod. This is going to be good.
That's fine. There's a lot of people in the Discord conversation.
Okay, as always, Daz, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and what's on your desk?
Dinner, because I go out to dinner the most, and I have the most interesting food at dinner.
Yeah.
Got the ATK A9 Ultra still with the stock skates on it. And then I've got the blue Infinite Speed Square, because now I have 2 of them, and I've owned 5.
Solid. Okay. And I'm going to jump into, I know I got to do mine. Put on the news banner, but I've got WLMouse Strider. Really loving this mouse. Grip tape is a necessity. Luckily, WLMouse's grip tape is pretty solid. And I literally just put the Wallhout on my desk just now because I didn't want to have the Ember Edge on my desk for like 3 weeks in a row. It's a good pad. It's like not that great. I don't know. And for me, dinner.
Should I expand what's on my desk?
Oh no.
Do the keyboard and IEMs because I did videos on those too.
Yeah, and you're wearing some now. I noticed too.
Yeah, these are the Truth Ear hexes.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched your short on IEMs. I haven't cared enough to click the full length review. I don't know.
I wouldn't either.
I don't know if other people.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
I may not do another IEM video unless I get like offered like a partnership thing. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into the news then. So what we're looking at here is potentially a Deathadder V4 Nico is playing with an unreleased Deathadder V4 Pro at PGL event. So good catch, poor FLCNS though. What a beating. Okay, I guess that was a team that lost. I just tried a Deathadder Hyperspeed and I loved it. Razer employee seeing this post being like, dang it, they caught us again. Those mouse fiends. And he definitely meant fiends, didn't he? Fiend, yep, okay. So this is all we have. It's just the one picture. So we have a dongle, which is pretty cool. And
that is a Razer cable. Looks like it's the exact same one.
Yeah, they have a fat strain relief, and it's kind of a fat. I mean, this also just looks like this is how have we not seen this yet? Where they use the camouflage. If you guys don't know, this kind of camouflage, you see it on products all the time. We see it on cars all the time too.
Particularly where we live.
Yeah. So they do it to hide the contours. So spy shots, you can't quite tell. Like you can see there's a little bit of comfort grooving in the buttons, but not much. It really does do a good job. I mean, this is an ergo too. This is like a terrible angle for an ergo.
I don't hate the design here. Like if they just release this, it's like a snakeskin.
Yeah, hang on. My dog is, what is my dog getting into? Okay, she's just making a nest. I don't know if it's just like a dog thing. They have to bury themselves into their blankets. Dude, people were saying in the comments, what if they just released the mouse with this kind of colorway?
100%.
I'm down, dude.
It looks sick. Yeah.
Sick skin, want to have it. And then this guy pinged every single Razer person. I'm pretty sure they've all moved on. Razer the Fiend was the most active, but yeah, he had some pretty cool posts that I actually want to talk about it someday. He had like a really good debounce slow motion video that he posted. You know what? I don't know if we're ever going to get around to it. If you just want to, here you guys go. Slow motion video of, short video clip of a debounce phenomenon. Sure. So if you guys don't, I don't know why I'm kind of going off the rails here, but debounce, what it is when a like imagine you're flipping a light switch, right? So there's a point in time where as that is coming into, as the contact is about to be made, the contacts are so close you have electrical arcing, and that arcing will be kind of a jitter back and forth. So you'll get a signal that goes bzz, So you'll put in a dead zone, you'll program in a dead zone of so many milliseconds where it just ignores all signals there. That's what a debounce is. What he's actually showing here is slightly different. This is more of just he's slapping the click, which is making it like double bounce. And that's why you're seeing two signals here. Anyway, Razor the Fiend was a pretty cool guy. He was actually pretty active until he wasn't. When was his last post? Oh, really? Yeah. Newest was 2 years ago. And he talks about 8K hertz.
Oh, the newest activity. 4
Yeah.
months ago. Okay.
Oh, wait, you saw... no, that is the overview. Where'd you see 4 months?
Maybe it was somebody else commenting on his thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, I just saw 4 months.
Okay, well, what I actually should have dove into with this topic, Daz, was the history of the Deathadder is really rich. So the Deathadder's been around for a really long time. It is a legendary namesake.
Non-mouse people probably know what a Deathadder is. Yeah.
Right. I mean, my coworker that he's taking me out to lunch tomorrow because I gave him a Basilisk for free. He's like, yeah, I've been using a Deathadder for a long time. I had another friend who had a Deathadder Essential back before they had side buttons. It's a Deathadder without.
Gosh.
It is old.
I got that once. Yeah.
So I wonder if I don't want to go to the friggin' Facebook post. Can I just open the image and it's teeny tiny? And I'm gonna have to sign into Facebook, aren't I? Not available right now. Well,
give it to Zuck.
Cool. I know. Zuck all my info. Yeah, I can't zoom in all the way. Okay, I mean, I can see like Deathadder 1800, which is 1800 DPI. Back when DPI like mattered. Deathadder Guild Wars Edition, Deathadder for Mac OS, Deathadder 3500. Yeah, they made like a left-hand version in 2010. This is saying 2013. The 5G sensor in 2016. Sorry, that's 2018. Yeah. So it's cool. They release them a lot. When was the Deathadder V3 released?
2 years ago? I don't know.
Do you have one of these?
The wired? I have one wired, then I have the faker.
Okay. So target launch was August 4th, 2022. So here we are going into 2025. So 2.5 years later. That seems probably about right for how their release cadence of the Deathadder.
Viper.
Yeah. I'm happy to see. Okay. I'm happy to see the camo because does that mean that does that confirm that this is going to be a different shape? Or maybe it's the same damn shape and they're trying to hide it. I would hope it means it's a new shape. If it's a new shape, then that's cool. If it's just a spec bump, that's kind of disappointing. But we know the Deathadder V3 versus the Hyperspeed, they had differences. For example, the skates. Deathadder V3 had split skates, whereas we know the Hyperspeed goes to larger skates. This is the way that Razer and Logitech are going. So we'll probably see that on the V4. We know Razer likes their Raisha optical switches that they've customized, which in my opinion are one of the better implemented ones. I don't mind them.
I don't mind them either.
And we know that they have done some great work with coatings. Like the Deathadder wired soft touch is great. The White Viper V3 is pretty much the gold standard, the bar to beat. So I hope we see a return of those things, or even an improvement if that's a thing.
Yeah, regardless, it's an ergo, so I mean, who cares? I can't play optimally with it, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do well in tracking scenarios, and that's about it. Okay. Well, we've talked about this long enough. I'll move on. But I do think new dongle is interesting. Maybe we'll see new features coming with that too. Most recently with the Viper, we got acceleration curves and adjustable like game detection for pulling rate. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe your mouse dongle will have AI.
Oh, dude, the AI marketing. I can't wait for it. Okay, next bit of news. Artisan Ninja FX
website in the history of the world.
I know. Hayate Otsu V2, guys. The V2 is higher version of Artisan. Okay. Change point. V2
the
adds...
last sentence is my favorite, I'll be honest.
Which one?
They didn't change the taste. It's very similar.
What?
overall taste is very similar
Oh
to the
my
previous
gosh,
model.
no kidding.
That's why I posted that joke in the server.
Yeah, so the V2 of the Hayate Otsu greatly reduces electrostatic charge on the sliding surface. This eliminates the sticking feeling of the mouse. In addition, the absorption of dust and dirt has been greatly reduced, so it won't get as dirty, I guess. The electrostatic, dude, do you have a Luanda Riz?
No.
Okay, that's one that people have said it's like a crazy slow pad because it feels like staticky. I know I have a pad from Amazon that is like a velvet. You ever have like
Hmm.
yeah, growing up I had like a microfiber microfiber like your what you use to clean your glasses with.
Right.
That's like the pad. Super slow. Um like really staticky too. Yeah, like you throw your mouse and it just it's on brakes. What else do they
I
say
know that
about
the
this?
I think the base of the free fall bases use static
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
your desk, and it feels like it bleeds through the pad a little bit sometimes.
Mm. Yeah.
It might not. It might just be my perception as I move it off my desk after using it for 2 seconds and not liking it that much.
No, I think I remember you saying I remember seeing something about that. I don't know if it was free fall, but the texture of this pattern has changed too. So why do they call it a V2? Smoother gliding and more precise pointing than the previous product. Ease of use has been improved. Overall taste very similar to the previous model. Good. Always, yeah, wanted to know that I want to taste wine.
I want. This is a tasty mouse pad.
Dude, get this and get that Asus mouse with the fragrance that you inject into the butt. That popped up on FCC ID the other day, and I was thinking about posting it, but literally two people would
Mouse
upvote
butt buffer.
it. Yeah, I want a stinky. Where were we? Oh, my wife has gotten into bowling. I went to this bowling place called Bowling IQ. They're a nationwide chain. You can get scented bowling balls. So like we're walking down the aisle and this one smells like Starburst, this one smells like fruit punch, this one smells like flowers. Yeah. What would you want your mouse to
Okay.
smell like? What would you want your pad to taste like?
The
Mmm,
tears of my enemies.
salty. Okay, so the base is no different on this, right? And
No, yeah. I experienced my first Artisan mid with that Raiden I picked up, and it is very, very
oh,
firm.
okay, yeah.
I regret all non-mids. But
Yeah,
when you buy all your pads used, you take what base you can get as long as it's not X soft.
yeah. Oh, we should go over price. So this 8,690 yen is $60.
And it's from
And
Japan, so it won't cost $85 million after tariffs.
yeah, rip. I know did you watch Boardseat's video?
I did, yes.
I saw comments that were like, "This is my new he is my new favorite political commentator."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Um soft mid. Yeah, I don't even have tariffs in this week's discussion. I don't know if it's going to change. It's not worth talking about. It's a USA only thing. We're sorry guys. I don't know
It's
on
not
this.
USA only. It affects global markets on a daily basis based on the relevance
No,
of
I know, but
our
I
prices.
mean in terms of yeah, in terms of like most immediate impact and the people who are whining about it the most right now are Americans.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, $52 or $60 for the XL and XXL. Does anyone actually buy M and L? I would love to know like what their sales volumes are, you know?
Yeah, dude, little
Um,
wrist aimers. There's
wrist
a comment
aimers.
was revived on one of our older podcast episodes when I made fun of a small pad
Yeah.
recently.
Price doesn't
Wristy
change
boys.
for um yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Just like Metrova, you do get quite a bit of customization here on their website, but yeah, just I've never bought anything on Artisan's website. I don't ever plan on it.
Oh, I just wait for a stupid deal to come across Mouse Market.
Yarp. Okay, anything else we want to say on this? We actually didn't even
I'll
talk about the
eventually get one.
pad. You do.
I would like to get one, yeah, but I'll wait till I find one for like an XXL for 50 on Mouse Market eventually.
What's your price point that you pull the trigger on it?
XXL at 50 probably.
$50, yeah.
I'm beyond 490 by 420 just makes me sad now.
What if an XL pops up for $25?
Well, of course, I'm gonna buy that. Yes. That's not even a question.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into some mouse new or releases. This was one I found.
Yep,
Chaos
I always
Chaos
guess.
Pro, dude, this is pretty sweet for 36 bucks. Um, Chaos
I
M3
put an
Mini.
order in on this store actually. We'll see if it ships.
Oh, good
Oh, I
stuff.
have some news. So I ordered it, and they told me it's still in production for the next 10 days, and then it might ship. So,
Mmm,
newsflash.
good to know.
Yeah.
So 8K hertz polling, 2600,000 DPI, 39.
2,600,000. This thing goes fast.
These cursor goes across the globe. Yeah, it's like a taller Viper mini shape. It's to me really looking like a Attack Shark X1 that just came out, which is a Viper V3 Pro Mini. This is
Yeah, yeah.
advertised at 45 grams. The red and black, dude, I'm digging that. I am. I'm digging that. 45 grams seems pretty good too. In terms of size, 120 millimeters long, so that's not really small. That's not like Final Mouse small, but it's a smaller mouse. 53 at the waist, 61 at the hip flare, 38 tall. Yeah, this is like that Attack Shark X1, no? Seems about right.
As long as it doesn't have Dare You A950 wing level construction crap tier.
I feel ya. Yeah.
All the structural integrity of that mouse was unique in that it was good where it needed to be. But
Yeah. What a like
those skates of
Kaisona.
Attack Shark is
I know, don't they? They look really thin. Well, this is a rendering. We can't, go buy a rendering.
yeah.
But doesn't this look like such a Kaisona bit? Like they have the same
Oh
dongle
god, yeah,
door.
it does.
They
Yeah.
have this
Yeah, yeah.
cut out for the um sticker. Words.
Hard.
SOC Nord. So dual Nordic. Oh, there's what other mice use dual Nordic solutions? I don't
Ooh, a
know.
wireless sock.
Nordic Gazelle private. 33.95. I don't even care.
There's no preference.
33.95 versus 39.50. I don't even care. To me, it's like
I
irrelevant.
occasionally get a comment on a YouTube video, and I'm like, that is beyond the last thing I consider. I do not give a single crap.
Yeah. This was cool. Where do they say hot plug? Yeah, micro hot plug. Are they saying hot swap? I don't see
Microphone.
a hot swap socket. But micro plug, this is my hot plug. That's usually what that means in translations. Hmm. Yeah, more stuff here. Always a question mark with their firmware solution when it's a company you haven't heard of before.
This is probably highly susceptible to wireless interference.
Yeah.
It's almost a
300,
guarantee.
300 milliamp hour battery, so you're not going to get it much lower with a battery swap. Yeah, no holes. Cool. I'm down, dude. I'm tempted to order one. I just have too much stuff, and with the risk of like tariffs, like making this a $100 mouse, I don't know. Maybe I should have pulled the trigger a week ago when I first saw it.
I'm gonna keep ordering stuff until a tariff hits, and then I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
I do have a couple things on order, like skates, really small things.
I tried
Next.
I tried to get that Royal Clutch early bird deal. I have 100%
Mm,
failure rate on early bird deals. Not a single one is shipped to me. It's just in my mind, it's just a
huh.
scam to get your interest up on a mouse. Then you buy it at full price when it doesn't ship.
Dang, really? Oh man.
Have you had them ship?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had so many fall through. I'm just like mad about it.
Dang, really? Yeah, no, my Royal Clutch, this was an early bird. It wasn't like the price hadn't come down a ton, but yeah, this was like
Mhm.
1287 or something. And yeah, that actually was like one of the first things to arrive. Great mouse.
The ROM MH01, direct from their ROM gaming store, canceled.
No.
Yeah, it didn't ship.
Hasn't
What else?
shipped or they canceled it?
Yeah, it just canceled. Yeah, expired.
Mm,
The Ewiden S9 Pro expired, never shipped. Something else expired, never shipped. Yeah,
hmm.
I'm over it.
Yeah. For what it's worth, the other than like the Mchos L7 that I got for like 20 bucks, none of
Yeah,
the early bird deals have been that great.
they're usually really, really crap tier buys.
Yeah, and they're like not great prices. The Mega Coin discounts are where it's at. Reinstalling the app until you're getting like 40% off with coins.
Yeah.
Okay, next thing was wait, did this totally link to the wrong thing? Keychron M5. It did link
What
to
have you
the wrong
done?
thing. Well, it should be one of the top ones here.
Is
Where?
it gone?
Oh, here it is. Derp. Keychron M5 guys. So Keychron known for making like productivity mice, I guess is their shtick in the space
You have
now.
a fingertip mouse, right?
Fingertip with the M4. The M3
Yeah.
was a more normal mouse, but nobody
Hmm.
knows about it. Then the M5, here we are with a vertical mouse. Huh? Huh? 600 milliamp hour battery, Huano transparent blue shell pink dots, adjust without software. That is interesting. If you're really into that, Keychron does do this with all their mice. They're consistent. You get a side scroll thumb wheel. Um, we get dimensions that are pretty much meaningless. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there cares. 3950, dude, in a vertical mouse.
I can't. The fact that we have a 3950 in Wow Blue Shelf. Oh my gosh, in a vertical mode.
95 grams.
Wait a
Well,
second. Yeah.
well,
Transparent blue like that. Nah.
yeah. Well, what's funny is there's somebody out there who's like super stoked for this. So Keychron does have. Let's go take a look at Keychron mice.
Congratulations to that single person.
I know, right? Oh, here we go. So Lamoki is their like enthusiast brand, and I got a couple review units for the. I got a review unit of the G1 from Amazon.
Mhm.
Nothing special. Not worth $65. It is a brother. It's a $30 mouse. M4 is decent for a fingertip mouse if that's your thing. It has like a really aggressive hip flare contouring. It's interesting. M3 I haven't tried. Have you?
No, I've never used a Keychron mouse.
Okay. One of their things is they ship with dual dongles, USB-C and, which is actually nice. Like you could keep one dongle at
Oh
work
yeah.
and one at home. Also, their 4K mice, the dongle is a friggin' keyboard.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that
pretty cool.
adorable? Yep.
Yeah.
The M6, this is
Adorable.
cool. I just ordered one of these actually. Homie has open box on eBay for 20 bucks. I submitted an offer for 15 bucks. He accepted with $5 shipping.
Wow.
So, there's more on there if you want one. Yeah. Um yeah, I am actually pretty interested. This looks really comfy as a productivity mouse. And I believe this is infinite scrolling too. This is one of those deep press the button, but you and I already
Oh,
talked about.
okay.
Yeah, you don't care. The
Nope.
M2 is kind of an interesting mouse. This is a more flat-sided ergo, similar to like a Zaopin Z2.
Oh yeah, I have one of those coming soon. That's the other thing I
Oh,
come with.
okay.
Anyway.
Nice. They have a magnesium of the M3 that nobody should buy because it's overpriced. Their M1 was like their first release. It's just some OEM
Looks like
thing.
a glorious mouse. Yeah.
Yeah. I also have an M7 on the way from the same guy. Again, I submitted an offer for 15 bucks and he accepted, so I was like, sure. This is like a Basilisk or G502. I don't know why I ordered it. Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well. And here's
I
the
was
M.
gonna ask.
Yeah, the M6 I'm much more interested in because that's like the
Mm.
G. You ever use a G604?
Nope.
Wow, if I
No,
can
sir.
type with a
Can't
G.
talk, can't type.
Yeah. Oh wait, G6. Yeah, no, G604. This guy. Very comfy. Super high mid hump. It's for palming. Slap your palm on it like it's a. I'm not gonna say what I came to mind. So the M5
Gotcha. I'm on
being
the
a
same
like
wavelength.
straight vertical mouse is interesting because this is a paying a lot of money for a
Discussion
3950.
topic. Can you get Jade with a vertical mouse in Voltaire?
Problem is you lose all in-hand maneuverability. You'll be able to wrist aim really well, but
Yeah.
yeah. Also, you're gonna have a crap ton of weight pressing down. Yeah, skates are gonna matter a lot for something like this. It looks good. It's a good like clean aesthetic. Yeah, I should probably move on. Um, but I do respect Keychron that they're like carving out a niche. They do big batteries, mechanical pink dot switches. They have their buttons for configuring on the bottom, and they're
Here's an
like,
actual thought.
yeah.
What do you think about non-transparent versus transparent blue shell pink dots?
Isn't it just a tolerance difference? Like if you buy 10 switches, the transparent ones are tighter tolerance.
I feel like the transparent ones are always in like I can't talk either. Cheaper mice, and they just feel like lighter to me. I don't know.
Mm.
I've not ever had a good transparent experience. So
The solid blue shell pink dots are cheaper switches. If you go on
really,
AliExpress, all the sellers, yeah, the
they
transparent
always
blue
feel
shell
better.
pink dot are top of the line. Yeah, it's subjective too. I mean, next
Oh,
time we meet up, dude, I have a whole lot of like Huano micro switches. Oh, it wasn't Huano micro switches. I bought like 20 units of every color. Blue shell white dots, these are surprisingly good. A little bit heavier tactility. Blue
mhm.
dots, not my favorite. These silent ones are decent. I don't know the difference between the silent white versus yellow dots. Zowie for years used black shell, green, blue, yellow dots. They're all much heavier.
They
Um,
make green shell white dots, right? That's one of them.
Green shell, white dots, yeah. So it's just like
I don't mind those.
yeah, that's like these, but then
The
green, yeah,
tactile.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're also like, yeah, they're actually probably my favorite Huano switch are the transparent green shell, white dots. They just
Oh,
seem the tightest tolerance, yeah. Okay, let's move on to another. This is cool. Zaopin ZPW teaser. Ooh. Don't worry, guys. I got a better picture than this. This is from
the Z Pro
Vimeo.
wireless.
Oh gosh, RIP headphone users. Is it gonna? Oh, it didn't autoplay. Yay! Look at that. It's a SteelSeries Prime, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
4 colors. You get like a
I
10.
like. I guess I need to try one of these mice because people get excited. Like you get so excited, and I've just never touched it, so it means nothing to me. Like,
So as an ergo, the SteelSeries Prime. I wonder if I don't know if I can loop this. The SteelSeries Prime, it's unique for an ergo in that it tapers towards the front, and the sides are
mhm.
pretty flat. So a lot of ergos are kind of swoopy.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look at the bottom of a, I don't know, SteelSeries Prime bottom, take a look at that mouse
Like the
bottom.
prime bottom.
Prime mouse? Are you really? Am I actually about to bust on these results? Um, it doesn't really show us.
Jesus.
Okay, well, um, yeah, point is, it's like a pretty unique ergo shape. Hey, it's not another EC clone. And it's also not a super wide boy. I don't know. I aim better with narrow mice. So,
Same. Yeah.
yeah. Let's take a look at the specs here. So they call it the ZPW, which is really annoying. Why? GPW, ZPW, I don't know. Different colorways. These dimensions 122 by 65 by 42. This is interesting. It is the same height and it's between a prime and prime mini. The
Hmm.
prime's a little bit too big for me. I think the full size prime is like 125 long. So the max version you get a 3950, but they're both Nordic solutions, which we know Zaopin does a good job with the Z1 and Z2 according to Pisogal. 300 milliamp hour battery. Where's the weight? Where's the weight? 47 grams, dude. That's good.
Plus or minus 7.
Don't.
I
No.
make that joke because the Echo Pulsar one was 69 plus or minus 5, and it came back at like 77.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Illegal. Which
Tell me
colorway would you
why.
get?
Um,
Fallout
Orange
76?
and white, probably.
Creamsicle? Yeah.
Seems like, yeah, the one of those two, obviously.
I
But,
like
yeah.
that this one looks like a Happy Meal toy. I'd go for that.
And it does, like a Power Rangers Happy Meal toy when we were a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell I'm
When
the
we
kind
were
of
a kid. What is wrong with my mouth, my brain, my
power
words?
Power Rangers. Yeah, the white Power
If you
Ranger
made it
was
this
my
far in the
favorite.
episode, God bless you. This is rough.
I do like
Whichever God you want, Lord bless you. Her,
all of
whatever. Yeah, I
them.
don't care.
I
Yeah.
do like more neon colors. I don't like it in video games though. I'm not the Call of Duty unicorn fart skin person. But
Cyberpunk aesthetic almost. Yeah.
yeah, I think Fallout 76, but yeah. Also matches your
I meant
shirt.
like
Hey, look at
that's,
that.
oh yeah, ish.
Ish.
It's not maize and blue.
Mm-mm.
Right? It's not.
A little too neon on that yellow. So speaking of Prime clones, brother, this was teased earlier, but now it's out. They said their Twitter says it's in stock. Darmoshark N7 for a thick boy price of $78.
78 feels like such a tariff-ass price.
Tariff ass
What is
price.
that?
You heard it here first. Screen display receiver. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
It's $58 if you don't get the screen display receiver.
oh, hey,
Is it
okay.
colorway lock? No. They
Three
charge
dollars more
$3.
for my favorite colorway.
I love it though. I know. It probably is an actual like more money to spray that on, but okay, let's go through these jumbo as pictures. They do their typical Darmo shark, trident looking thing, tiger shark. Okay, Darmo shark, tiger shark. Nordic, 49 plus or minus 2 grams. Nice.
I hate that.
I know.
Everybody is
I
something plus or minus
know.
that
I
goes
know.
over 50.
I
The fact that it
know.
always goes over 50 makes, like, I get it's a marketing ploy.
A classic of the engineering mouse. Waistband is gentle, not pushing up on the big fishes. The right waistband supports the
I
small
honestly,
fiducial area.
can we just do an entire episode of reading these crappy translations? I love it so much.
And is held naturally without pushing on the ring finger. Check your small fiducial area. You don't want to push on your ring finger.
Your big fishes.
Big fishes. Compatibility and interchangeability, a
Ooh,
mechanical and
no fine
optical
wires.
micro
No
motion.
magic PCBs.
Whoa, wait.
Ah.
Look at this. They're showing both switches, dude. This is actually revolutionary, shocking. Boardsy
Different switches and different, like two different switches in the mouse.
interchangeability.
Oh.
Industry innovations. No need for magic PCBs. No flying wires.
I hate when my wires are flying.
Mechanical micromotion, optical micromotion, adapting to different players' preferences. I wonder
Ah,
how.
and then they show the worst optical on
Oh,
the market. Oh
you
no.
actually, I know, you actually can see this. Raisha optic. I'm not gonna try to describe, but Raisha's because they click in. The diodes are like on the PCB, so the switch is actually just a little plastic piece that moves. I think I talked about this on the pod before, but
Probably
yeah,
did.
you don't need any electrical connections. You do need diodes to sit there, sender and emitter and receiver.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's kind of cool. I don't know if I like care, but if I can swap out ratios, sure. Okay. Hey, look, we got small TVs. NXP has a faster response and more stable transmission than other solutions on the market. Okie dokie.
Congratulations.
I still like the big fishes. WebDriver, Coolio, 3950. Looks like both versions are going to be 3950. 49-gram weight. Anything
Oh, what's
interesting
there? There's a
here?
big paragraph up there. There's got to be some solid translations in it. Let's see.
Okay, thank you. Flagship host controlled Nordic. Okay, dual 8K.
Return rate athletic experience. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
athletic experience. Yeah, with
Okay.
special cord to reduce the feeling of dragging corded like wireless experience. Good, okay. Nordic Semiconductor. All right. Housings, Shark Royal Coating, dude. I want a
Ooh,
Shark
like shark
Royal
skin?
Coating. Yeah,
Yeah,
shark
buddy.
skin. I almost shark friendly. Shark
Shark bait.
friendly.
Hoo-ha.
Yeah. 300 milliamp hour battery. PTFE foot mats. Ooh, color showcase. Yum.
Uh,
Ooh, the black wheel looks a little too bulbous.
why did
Look,
they put two black ones in there? Oh my gosh.
that's what she said. I do like this colorway by far, though.
Wow.
I think a white ring would go nice on that. Even just white, but yeah, I don't know, maybe not white buttons.
Yeah, they didn't nail the aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You can see this is a unique ergo in that it tapers as you get towards the front.
I do like the design of the foot mats, though.
Yes, they're big. And are dumber shark are dummy sharks recent skates good? I think so. Um, purple, blue, purple gradient. Look at that. Then they have that like beautiful translation. That was done well. Number of keys, 8 pieces. Okay. I wanted to see the difference between the max and non-max because I could have sworn Ali. Let's see if I can find this because I am curious. AliEx Darmoshark N7 Max because I'm pretty sure it's listed now. Yeah, $124. No thanks. $68 Traveler Digital. Let's go to this one. Here we go. Here's our comparison chart. There's our dimensions. So it is. Oh, just like the ZPW. It's between the mini and full-size SteelSeries Primes. TTC
Different push,
Gold.
different MCU, heavier.
Yep. Now look at this. The Max, dude. The Max is lighter, smaller. The Max now means a smaller battery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So the difference are the switches, and you get the TV screen.
You should probably go to Darmoshark's website because the black one probably has different switches, though. Different coding, maybe.
Oh my
MJOs.
gosh.
We should talk about that. Oh, that's a thing. Let's do that right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, you want to intro it while I find it?
MJOs A7. The most confusing mouse on the market.
Yeah. So this was started
Different
by.
colorways of different levels, of which there are like 4 or 5, have different switches on the same model of the mouse, which is just absurd. But that has not always been the case, is how it was displayed on their website. And the website being updated consistently to reflect those things is most definitely not making it into the little graphics that AliExpress sellers plop below their mice. So
Oh my gosh, can
there's
I?
the
I want to go to the Mchose's actual store and it doesn't come up. It's all Reddit.
imagine using the Brave browser.
Dude, I know. I switched the default search engine,
Uh,
but yeah, when I'm in incognito for the pod. Okay, so what he's talking about is where's the chart? Here we go. So the A7 Pro is how you get Omron Opticals, right? Well, only
yep,
if you
mine's
pick
blue.
black or blue. If you pick the white, I don't know, I guess you get mechanicals. Okay, well the
It's
A7
just
Ultra, right? You want a top tier performance. You want 0 millisecond debounce optical switches. I'm gonna get the Ultra. Well, oh, you get the rose red version?
you get the
Sorry,
best colorway.
you're getting mechanicals. Brother, why?
What is
Why?
happening?
It like actually why I genuinely do you know why they might do this? You think
It's
it
like a
was a
weird manufacturing, like a factory thing, like
problem and
availability.
they
Yeah,
ordered 70,000 units and they had the wrong switch in it and they're like, "Well, guess that's what we're going to sell."
well, if Attack Shark did it, we'll do it too.
Yeah. Well, Attack
Although
Shark
apparently
thing
the
was
Attack Shark
testing.
R5 does suck with opticals per our server. So
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys from last week's pod, basically, this post can manufacturers stop lying about Omron Opticals, please. So picks 1 through 3, this is posted by me, picks 1 through 3. So here we're looking at an Attack Shark R5. You can see these 3 joints here. This is a mechanical switch. If it was optical, it'd be using these extra ones here, which it is not. There you go, 100 million click. This is a mechanical switch. And then you can see it here in my picture. So these 2 pictures were from Rarzy's, and he went ahead and soldered in opticals here, and it does not work. He had 3 issues, one of them being when the mouse goes to sleep and wakes up, it thinks the button is constantly depressed. 2, he had an issue with, um, oh shoot, I'm blanking, dude. Um,
the curious part is the issues that he had were not what Attack Shark said. They were just like, we didn't like how it sounded. You know,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna try
cool
to
in the mouse sounded
bring it
kind of
up.
biggy.
I'm gonna bring up his, hang on, I did actually save his response because I put it into my spreadsheet of like all these different things. And his response was, sorry, this is going to be really small for you to read, but Rarji says, so I've been using the R5 Ultra from Attack Shark for about 4 days now with the Omron opticals that I soldered in, and I now know why they don't use them. I don't know if it's a board issue or software, but when plugged in and charging, wired, okay, the clicks do not work with the optical switches. It just straight up doesn't work, okay? Second, after sleep mode, the clicks will stay pressed and not release even though I'm not holding onto the button. You have to turn the mouse off and back on again. Okay. Third, sometimes it would start with a consistent double click issue until I reset it again. I'm thinking he means power cycling. Seems like they likely did not use opticals because of these issues that stay persistent. Probably a board issue, not a software issue, because I had no problem with the mechanical switches. I do partially disagree with this. I think to me this sounds like programming things, like the sleep setting. The sleep thing sounds like a programming thing. Um, how it
Sounds like Attack
operates.
Shark's a second-rate mouse company that doesn't know how to fix this stuff.
No,
I'm being honest.
I think okay. We
Or the
take it
factory
for
that made it,
granted.
or wherever they got it from. I don't
Again, I don't. I think I'm not quite as jaded as you are about the whole thing. I'm not as upset about it. I think that's because their marketing material is correct now. I firmly believe they should if they had shipped mice while it was being advertised with Omron Opticals, they should have come out and said something about it more publicly. They did say that they are going to honor warranties, so that's good. That's the right thing to do. But why the heck is it hidden as a Discord message? Um,
What does honoring the warranty actually mean though? Because like mine was technically out of warranty by the time they sent that message, I think. Because it said 15 days from the time your mouse
really?
ships and it took forever to get here.
Oh,
I don't know.
damn. Yeah,
That was like the
Alex
return period though, so I don't know if that's different from the warranty, but
warranty. This
I'm
should
stuck with
be.
mine, so
I think their
yeah.
warranty is 1 year. I actually
It
think
might be
I
like a year.
linked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I linked it previously, but
Okay.
um, but Attack Shark isn't the only one. So, well, here's another Attack Shark. This is the X one that straight up doesn't have any solder points for Omron Opticals.
Did this advertise opticals?
Yes. Yep. This was
Oh,
the
it
one
did.
that you had. No, wait, you had screenshotted the Ultra. the R5. But yeah, this one
Yeah.
did when it initially announced. So my original Reddit post says Omron Opticals. Yep, there it. Yep. So this is the M chose here. You can tell because it's pink in the background. So I ordered the pink
Hmm.
one, which comes with
Oh, it has the solder
these.
points.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep. So I guess screw me because I bought the wrong colorway. But you go on AliExpress and it just says Ultra comes with Omron Opticals. It does not delineate from the
Hmm.
different colorways. So I made this post. I know you got the top comment on this. You made a tweet at
Oh
them.
yeah.
You made a video calling them out. Disappointing to see from M chose too. I know. I just wish we would get a response, but I know that's kind of not their thing. Also, maybe we're such a small market compared to selling in China that maybe they just don't care. Maybe they are more active on social media and announcing over there. I don't know. I know I got into a spat with some dude on this because he was saying that I was spreading misinformation.
Who,
Because
Pit
he,
Viper?
no, that guy seems fine. Was it somebody?
I was gonna say he seems chill. I've talked to him before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, grouchy opinion. Whatever, sure. It's drama, so I guess we can talk about it on the pod. I'm personally over it because I'm pretty sure this is a bot account, like an engagement bot
Oh
account.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
just checked
Yeah.
the AliExpress page for the A7 Ultra. The promotion poster says it uses two kinds: Omron optical micromotion optional. It says special Omron micromotion.
Let's
Uh,
pause. The AliExpress page. How about all 50 listings of it? Like
yeah,
we're
I
gonna find
know.
this one with the best deal that's reputable. So no.
I know. You even yeah, you go to like the choice sellers with like, the gold, silver stars and stuff. This is the second time I decided to check myself, and the second time I found you to be an error, not the company you're blasting. Why are you spreading false information, bruh?
What did you
So
respond with?
I sent him just this picture.
Oh
So this is literally
yeah.
just A7 Ultra and right there, Omron light fretting. There
Yep.
you go, opticals. To which he says, it literally says Omron
Definition.
mechanical micromotion, zero point 0.1 billion times. What are you smoking? So this is where I think he's a bot because he's not. I don't know if he's just like, oh, my camera. Like he clearly didn't read the web page, and then clarified ultra Omron light fretting, common translation, and he says
If it's
that's
not a
reaching.
bot, I would like to physically punch this person.
I don't really care. I'm pretty sure he's a bot. I mean, his account is April 5th, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is scary though to think about. Come on, camera. This is scary to think about though, like, because like ChatGPT already gets answers from Reddit, but now if there's
Yeah.
bots on Reddit, then bots are feeding bots. Not good.
Rip us.
Yep. Okay, next topic. Let's go to Darmoshark. Oh, this was kind of cool. Going back to mouse releases. So some global expo for Darmoshark. Here's some things that they have in a picture. So we know the M2 magnesium, the N7 that we just talked about, the M3 XS, the M6, the Motospeed. This is a Kaisona mouse, but maybe Motospeed is the OEM for it. This is the one I wanted to talk about. What mouse does this look like? I have my guess.
I don't know actually.
Fnatic Bolt.
Oh, okay. That explains why I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Brave browser? Are you kidding, dude? Are you kidding? Fnatic Bolt. It's like, and then the very first result is actually what you want. Oh, except like it gives me the crappiest
Oh yeah, you're
image.
right.
Yeah, okay, that's a great
This is
picture.
like a legendary cultish mouse, right?
Sort of. It's heavy. I want to say it's like 70 or 80
Oh,
grams.
great name.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Fnatic's last release because they actually straight up used to make mice, but now they just partner with Lamzu, which is probably the smart play if they're not
Yeah,
making
yeah.
more. But yeah, that looks like Fnatic Bolt, so that's kind of cool. Sure. Okay. Next bit of rapid fire news. Um, New colorway from Waizowl. Sure, let's talk about it. Waizowl, the Zeus. So they already have, or sorry, Hades. They have the Waizowl Zeus. Oh my gosh, Brave Search is gonna let me down again. Maybe, maybe not. Zeus, here we go. Yeah, so the Zeus is kind of cool if you're into the anime aesthetic. The gold and white and black does look pretty sleek. They have some pretty cool colorways here. That topographic one is really cool. But anyway, they have a new one called Hades, so it's like different from the Zeus. Sure. I'm not like super interested, but whatever. Sure.
You.
next little bit, we have the WLMouse Tempered is what they were calling this colorway. So we have renderings now. Um, no real news other than this. This was in the design competition. They have flat side over here, but then side with holes over here. Oh, it's two different ones. Scroll wheel looks nice, like a silvery. What? Yeah, I don't know. Tempered is what they're calling it. I wonder how they're gonna get away with this colorway. How they're gonna make it. That's seems challenging. But kudos to them for like hosting a competition and then actually going through with it.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see an actual production for sure.
Yeah. And last bit of rapid fire news is the PRX PaperX Pulsar stuff is coming out April 21st. So that's kind of cool. If the coating is good as their white ones, I actually might pick up an X2H full size. My Acid Rewind that I use all the time at work, I absolutely love it. I don't like that it doesn't have a coating. As much as I love the colorway. Yeah. So it looks like they're coming out with a pad too that we know nothing about, that I don't know anything about at least. And also an arm sleeve. They had a picture of an arm sleeve, but I don't
Hmm.
really care.
Yeah.
So let's move over to Reddit recap. Um, so we already kind of looked at some Reddit stuff, but here's a thing that affects everyone using Reddit, huh? Messaging
Oh yeah.
enhancement on Reddit. Simpler, faster, easier way to communicate. So it's changing. Reddit private messages will be replaced by Reddit chat. So is Reddit chat just the chat that you can use now?
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's like a
inbox,
billion times better, but it
yes.
just doesn't have permanent. You can delete messages and stuff.
Yes. So buy, sell, trade marketplaces like Mouse Market use PMs for that reason because it's not editable. But man, does it suck. Replying to things on desktop is so dumb.
Oh, it's horrible.
You can't like double reply to something. Um, you can't send pictures. Chat is so much more fluid, especially between desktop and mobile. So I'm not super sad about this, but yeah, the what else do they say here? You can easily access your old PMs. Your old PMs will be accessible as a read-only archive. Cool. Thank you. That is important.
Yep.
I wonder if chats are chats searchable too. I think they are. Because then you're like, who did I sell that thing to back a month ago? You know what? Yeah.
Right.
Chat-based with enhanced features, organization via pin chats, unread filter, and separate inbox for potentially spammy requests. That's nice. Because I know I do like how they have to invite to chat with you before they can start chatting, kind of like on LinkedIn. I love that because you will get like random people's OnlyFans who are like, follow me for
Uh-huh.
50% off. Or you will get like annoying people who are like just asking way too many questions and you're like, bro, have you used Google before? Uh, yeah, so I don't know. I think you sound game for this.
Yeah. I don't know how it'll affect the marketplaces though, is
Yep.
the thing. It didn't mention any changes to the fact that you can like it seems like you'll still be able to delete messages, so it won't be like a try like for sure safe way to go. But
Yeah. I
I mean
wonder.
whatever. This is so much better. I'm not overly worried about being scammed out of my $40 mouse purchase that I use PayPal for with notes and
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
PayPal hit or miss on that, but
I wonder if what Reddit's official stance is if they're going to try to think of some sort of tool for the buy sell trade marketplaces because there are a lot. Or if they just
oh
don't
yeah,
want to touch that with a 10-foot pole and they just want those communities to slowly die. Yeah.
that would be sad.
Okay. Here's another thing that I posted that generated quite a bit of discussion, dude. 64 comments. Would you buy renewed mice? Why or why not? And this just popped up randomly. It's a $100 Viper V3 Pro, and it says renewed. I said other than AliExpress deals that are obviously new, I pretty much buy exclusively used. eBay,
Hmm.
even Amazon warehouse deals to save money. I've never had a major issue. Like if I have had an issue, I've been able to get it corrected. Um, top comment was new goes for 140, so yeah, 99 seems like a deal. Most of this refurbished stuff is just customer returns who didn't like the product. Yeah, that is true. Like most of the returns I've bought, it's like basically brand new. You will get the occasional one where it's questionable, but
Yeah, like when I bought my monitor renewed and it was just complete ass, wrong cable, worst QC version of the monitor I've ever seen. Yeah.
interesting. Whereas I bought the monitor that I have, one of my 240 hertz Samsung monitor. I bought Amazon warehouse deals. Totally brand new. The box had been opened. The monitor had never been taken out. The
Yeah, you told me
cables,
that, which is what
yeah.
convinced me to buy.
Oh, rip.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fine.
But I mean, when it's fulfilled by Amazon, it's so easy to do returns if you have
I just
issues.
returned it. Went to Costco, got it cheaper. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. This guy, I always buy my peripherals from Best Buy with the Geek Squad warranty so I can return them and get a new one anytime. It saved me a bunch of money on lemons. Do recommend. I don't think this is a good take. I think this is a very special take. It's not untrue. So a lot of
Yeah,
retailers
I
like
know people who have abused this.
yes, you can absolutely abuse it. It's no different than Micro Center is the same thing. They'll say you get the extended warranty on a graphics card. 3 years down the road, when there's a new GPU out and you want to upgrade, you use that warranty, and what they're supposed to do is they do a direct replacement. But that graphics card is going to be out of stock in 3 years. Well, not anymore because now life cycles are super long. But back in the day, it'd be out of stock, so they have to give you cash instead. And you can just put that towards the new purchase. So it's basically like you're getting full price back for your GPU. Really good deal. These extended warranties from at least Micro Center, I don't know about Best Buy, but from Micro Center, they weren't nothing. You know, for like a $500 graphics card, it'd probably be around 10%, maybe more, maybe like be like $50 to $80 probably. So it could be worth it. I've done it before. Um,
I think
but
the
the
hack that I saw was like this guy I knew had like the Best Buy credit card and was like a top level member. So he would literally just like rent a $3,000 gaming laptop for like a vacation,
hmm,
rent, buy it, and then just return it like after he used it. It's kind of a thing.
within like 30 days.
It was, yeah, there was just like a time limit.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not
Um,
quite the same.
but yeah, the reason why I don't think this is the best take is because um yeah, I I don't know, dude. Electronics are one of those things where unless it's DOA, like you're pretty much fine. I don't think like let's say you have a collection of 20 mice, like unfortunately a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Let's say you're putting $30 on each one of these extended warranties. You're gonna spend $600 in extended warranties. That's where I think this kind of breaks down. Where this makes a lot of sense is if you're the person who's like, I want to buy a Viper V3 Pro and I'm going to use it for 4, 5, 6 years. Sure.
Perfect then. Yeah.
Yeah. Their warranties might not even go that long, but anyway. Um, yeah. There are a couple of people who are like, no, I don't want to get a semen encrusted mouse. Um, I know I got to check my privilege because I just don't care about that stuff because I literally refurb stuff that I have literally seen
Right.
some things. But anyway, okay, that's it. I think that's it for Reddit. Were there anything else in the doom scroll that we wanted to go through? Um, this got a ton of upvotes. It's so funny. Mouse review, dude. The bandwagoning. This gets 300 upvotes. Does he do a review?
Doubt it.
He goes all caps.
My
Cute
gosh.
finger tip. Ooh woo mouse is here. Rah. Got the Omron Optical version. Yep. See, this is how you know it's been just bandwagoned. Top comment is 16 upvotes, but the post itself is 300. Collection so far, is this going to be the same thing? Cool spending addiction. I
Hey, bro.
know.
You're on the wrong subreddit to say that.
I know. Yes and no. He does have some very expensive mice here, and if he's a buy full price homie, he doesn't have anything off brand here, dude. He has
It's true.
carbon
That's true.
fiber uh Harpy Ace
What is that?
Extreme. Harp
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Okay. X2H
How many final
ES.
mice? Four?
1, 2, 3, 4 Beast X's.
Three beast X's.
4 Beast X's.
Okay, this is actually excessive.
This is
It's not
actually
excessive, but it's like weird.
it's well it's homie is single software developer making good money and the $150 to him is not like a big deal, so he just
What's that? What's that book?
collects.
Irrational.
Oh, irrational actively
Ah, can't get it. My brain's falling apart.
rational actively. That's not the full
No.
dude.
Brave.
Brave
Rip.
this
Worst
Brave
search engine known to man.
sucks. Is worse than Bing. Act irrationally. Oh, I should search
Well,
book. Predictably irrational.
ah,
Oh, yeah, this was it. Yeah,
we're just trying
predictably
to
irrational. Cool. Okay. He
dive
has
in this guy's
he
psyche.
has rubbing alcohol. Okay, maybe he's a little bit of a neat freak. He's got a nice keyboard too.
The book describes the collection, though. It's appropriate.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the monitor, he needs to get a monitor arm, bro. And he has an anime background, or he's watching anime.
looks like it.
Yeah, yeah. These are all like recent releases and expensive mice, though. Yeah, the Gravistar is the most interesting thing here. Like everything else is pretty like good, but just very mainstream. Two, oh no, this isn't a final mouse. This is Avancer Akitsu.
Oh, yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else we really wanted to go through? I don't think so.
No, I may need to drop it at some point. My son has slept 0 minutes thus far, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you gotta go, dude,
on
I
alert.
can. I
On
okay.
alert. I'm good right
Okay.
now.
Okay. I can. I'm just gonna carry. I'll carry us. Do our usual like hour 40-ish minute podcast length. If you got a dip, that's all good. Let's. You want to do? You have YouTube updates? New
I added a
category
quick one in
peripherals.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I did that one keyboard review and then I was offered IEMs and I was like, I've never used these. Why not try them? So I made that one video, which has just been wow, this search is horrendous. The one video for IEMs, which has gotten like -5 views, which is predictable. Probably will prevent me from making another one in the future. Not only can I not speak intelligibly about the technicalities of the like audio experience, but the shorts did fine for what it's worth. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm just going through some IEM stuff for my own purpose, really, because it feels freeing to not have a headset on my head, to be honest with you, for like 2 hours straight.
That's
But
true. Yeah. You gotta have the right ears for it though, or get the right tips, I guess.
yeah, exactly. And there is like a different level of detail versus like a headset that you don't get. But anyway, that was one thing. And then based on that, I'm going back to mice. Like,
Hmm.
make sure I refocus on mice as much as I can. There will be a couple more keyboards here and there probably, but
The
the
Uhuru
A9 review,
headset. You still have it.
yeah, it's just sitting here on a hook. It's e-waste, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, go
Anyway,
ahead.
A9's coming up. I'm gonna release a roundup tomorrow morning, assuming I take the time after we finish this episode to make a thumbnail and tag it
Mm-hmm.
about the Filena S480, Acco Pulso 1, and my mind is completely dead. The Deluxe 700 Mini Pro,
Mm-hmm.
which turned into a 15-minute video because I just basically did the full review of all of them in my one video. But yeah, we'll see.
Hmm.
Interesting mice for sure.
Okay. So you're done with IEMs, huh? I feel like that's a whole rabbit hole.
Probably.
That's a whole community.
I'm
There's
not done with them, but I'm done making videos.
okay, okay. Hmm.
Do I have 5 IEMs in flight? No.
Oh, really? What's like the most
It's not just
expensive?
mice that I go down the rabbit hole. $90 is the most I spent, and I'll probably return those. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Because I
you can
know.
get IEMs that are like $1,400+. It's
Yeah. Oh,
absurd.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I mean,
I'm
then you.
sticking budget. Yeah,
I mean, there's like prosumer, which is probably that, but then there's probably even professional grade. You know what you see like at
yeah,
concerts, what they're wearing for monitoring.
yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm really
yeah.
just like actually interested in like different sound signatures and like target like tunings and everything. I just want to learn a little bit about that to just have some knowledge that I don't currently have. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
more so what I'm interested
respectable.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's IEMs are from my point of view, I don't know, I've never understood why gamers have gotten so into them other than like at LAN
Right.
events. It's nice to just like do just one so you can hear what's going on around you, or it's just more minimalist. But I just have never fully understood it other than swapping them out to try different sound signatures. No different than how we swap out mice. I'm not poo-pooing on it. To me, it's
I get
just
it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's proven you get a better sound stage, better audio quality, potentially longer lasting comfort with something like this. But maybe people don't like these. Do get gross. Like ear cups do get gross.
So do ear tips though.
Yeah, they're washable. I guess ear
True,
cups might be
true.
too. Okay.
But yeah, I get your sentiment earlier. Like different people that I typically watch all their videos drop an IEM video, and I'm like, I do not care. I never watch it, so
Yeah. Okay.
weird.
Next thing. Actually, I'm gonna jump ahead. Speaking of Reddit, this was something that I skipped over this. This guy said, FYI, gypped is derogatory towards Roma people, gypsies. I didn't know until someone else pointed it out to my teacher, who also didn't know a couple semesters ago. So I figured I'd tell you. Yeah, I was said here. I feel for people who pay extra for higher trim levels and then get gypped. So I don't know if we can have discussion here. I thought this was. I didn't take offense or anything to this. I guess somebody downvoted them, but first of all, Mr. FPS Lover, thank you. I didn't know that was a derogatory term. Um, I'm usually not like a super, you know, cognizant of like these kinds of things. I think a lot of the times there's just a lot of social justice warriors who want to find something to be upset about. Um, but in this case, I don't really care because gypped has so many different. You can say what scammed, fleeced, swindled, bamboozled. There's a lot of other words that you can use that are quite frankly more fun.
Yeah.
So I don't mind if I eliminate this from my vocabulary. I'm also not gonna like be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I mean, this dude probably,
This person just seems like he's sharing information more than like he doesn't seem too mad about it, or they don't seem too mad
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just figured I'd tell. Yeah, that's how I read it too. Yeah, but anyway, I googled this and yeah, it's oh no, not Brave Search. No, 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 no. Um,
I
gypsies.
actually
Yes.
got decent Reddit posts. Yeah.
Whoops. So I guess the discussion question here would be like, what's your
Mm.
take on this, Daz?
I don't
Here's
want to like offend people, but it
NPR.
seems like a stretch.
Does it?
I guess Roma is part of India. Is that what I was reading?
Roma is like Greece, Greece, like Turkey area, right? That kind
Well, I
of
thought it would be like that,
Baltic.
but when I googled it, I got something else. It said which is used in that case you
Um,
refer to Romani people, which is oh the gypsy could be okay. I don't know. This is going levels deeper than I care about, but
okay, well, this University of California says jip or gypped, typically used to describe feeling cheated or disadvantaged. It's usually a reference to the term gypsy, an offensive term that can
gypsy is an offensive term for Romani
Romani
people.
people. You know,
Romani is what was like India, I think.
oh, was it? Well, I had a,
Oh wait, originated in northern India and now live in Europe.
oh, okay, Romani, oh,
Okay,
Indo-Aryan ethnic group. Oh, okay.
I wrote
So like
first half of the sentence.
Iraqi? What?
There's a
That's
million people in the U.S. with ancestry.
interesting. They have a flag. Romani people,
Ah,
two gypsies, and a painting. Um, yeah,
I will continue to say gypped, I guess is my take here. I don't know.
that's your take.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't really say it use it normally anyway. I mean,
yeah. I think something that people forget, connotation matters a lot more. How you use it matters a lot more than like the actual word. You know, like
yeah.
um, you can definitely use this term if you're talking to a gypsy person that you don't like for whatever reason and you very consciously use that. That's way different than if you're just first of all, I had no
And
idea.
there's different levels to different words.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So I had a buddy I played Ultimate with in college and he was studying English and I know one thing that just like blew my mind, kind of frustrated me, I guess, more so. As an engineer, and right, you and I are both in STEM fields, we want like think words have meanings. Words have incorruptible meanings because if we start changing these definitions, then what even is language? But this friend of mine is like, no, language is fluid and always evolving based on cultural shifts, and there's new words that are created all the time. It's like ain't a word and ain't in the dictionary. So don't use it. Your English teacher used to say, well, ain't is in the
Yeah.
dictionary because it gets used enough where now Merriam-Webster makes a definition for it.
Yep.
Um, so going back to like the word gypped, I think I think 100 or 200 years ago, maybe it did have much more of a derogatory meaning, and nowadays it's like dissociated from that, either through becoming so mainstream or through people using it who don't really realize what it means, that it just becomes mainstreamed. And now the people who get upset about it are more so the SJW figures who are trying to find something to get upset about rather than um, actually finding somebody who takes offense to this. I don't know. That's kind of my take. Again, I don't think it's a big deal. I just thought maybe we could have some discussion over it. All right, next bit of things. Um, movement in FPS games. So I play Battlefield, and Battlefield is a like slower paced FPS compared to like a Call of Duty. It's faster than a tac shooter, but it's slower than a Call of Duty or Quake, right? So
Hmm.
movement in the upcoming Battlefield 6 that's going to release in about a year is a point of contention, and this graph shows it pretty well. Just dropping this here. Derives from 600 answers with a very high statistical significance. The more skilled players are, the more they agree to have movement abilities. So movement versus skill. I really don't know how this is the data behind this. Did you take people's KDs, play time? How did you determine skill level?
Bad.
Um,
Ugh.
yeah, top tier player. But point is, there was a positive correlation between the better player you are, the more I guess this is a bad graph. The more percentage you want there to be, like specifically in Battlefield, the slide. Battlefield 2042. I'll bring up a video of this. This is like the only Battlefield YouTuber, but you'll see him as he jumps. He does a little bit of a slide. The grapple hook is special to a certain character. So the slide is not really super strong in this game. Once you slide, you can't change direction. But if you bunny hop at a specific time when you initiate the slide, you can chain together a couple bunny hops, and it makes you slightly faster, like really not that much faster. He goes over the speeds here from different games, and I don't want to hyper focus on Battlefield because I want to open this up more, but let's use this as a case study. So Battlefield 2042 has the same sprint speed as all the other games, except the tactical sprint, where the gun goes up, which is what he's using here, does make you go a little bit faster. But otherwise, it's the same as all the other Battlefield games. So people complaining that Battlefield is too fast and therefore we don't need slide mechanics. It's the same speed as all these other Battlefields. Uh, let's see. He'll probably do the slide next time. Next time he jumps. I slide so much. One advantage of it is because while you're bunny hopping, it keeps your momentum, so you can ADS and shoot while sliding without slowing down. It's very brief. It's maybe only about a half a second that you can do that, but a half a second is enough time to put 8 bullets down range.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is makes a lot of sense. He in his video Enders, he's a very talented player. He has a bit of an attitude problem, so like I only take his videos in small bites, but he does go through a bunch of different Battlefield games and different movement mechanics. Here's like a dolphin dive from Battlefield 2. Even the jump just looks hilarious.
It's
Boing! Yeah.
amazing.
So people complaining about movement mechanics. I remember Battlefield 3 had like it was like a no weapon sway slide you could do, which was really nice. Battlefield 4 had the same thing, but I believe it was even easier. Battlefield 5, slower. Sorry, Battlefield 1. Uh, I actually haven't played Battlefield 1, so I won't talk about that. But Battlefield 5 had a slide. The slide you could change direction while you were doing those. So you could like slide around a corner, like literally 180 around a corner. But the movement in this game was slightly slower than other games. Time to kill was longer too. In World War II guns and stuff, I guess.
It's like how COD introduced omni movement. You can do things you wouldn't be able to normally do backwards angled and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you've played a bit of Black Ops, and I don't know what are kind of your main games, and what's the movement in them, and would you want them to be slower?
To answer the second question, yes, always. I hate movement, so maybe I suck. Uh,
Really?
my movement has never been that great, so I prefer less of it because it makes me better at the game.
Okay.
Fortnite, for example, I hate the insane amount of mobility that you can have in that game. It drives me insane.
So I'm just
The
gonna
fact that
back
I can
up
get
here.
somebody one shot and then that they can be literally across the map in like 10 seconds bothers the crap out of me. Like,
He does the slide off the building here. So right here's gonna slide.
nice. Yeah.
There's the slide.
I like to be able to like get across the map. Like this movement is like perfect to me. Like this is great. Boots on
Yeah.
the ground COD. Like when we went to Advanced Warfare Call of Duty, I was less good, at least not good at that game, which is a me problem. But like I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
like a lot of verticality. I like to be on the ground, move. Like I want to be able to move quickly and smoothly, but
Hmm.
even sliding is yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So
So I'm just like a curmudgeon, grumpy guy when it comes to movement.
Battlefield to me is a really, really good balance of one of the main reasons I like it is both gunplay and movement. So the gunplay weapons have more recoil and time to kill. There's bullet drop off and stuff. So it's not like a finals where you're needing to put 12 shots into a person. It's more most of your engagements are 4 to 6 hits to kill. Um, and as far as movements, he's a very active player, so he's kind of showcasing a lot of bunny hopping and stuff here. But like other than slide, there's no special gimmick. And the slide is still like not super powerful. The only time it's really powerful is if you're going like laterally to somebody, it can be hard to track the movement while they're bunny hopping. I love movement in games. If I could like go back in time and like play games back when I was younger and more cracked, I probably would try to get into arena shooters a bit more, like
Mhm.
Quake or there's so many. Just because I think movement's a fun part of a game where if you don't have the best like mechanical aim ability or something, if you have really good movement and this also ties into positioning, then you can still be a really formidable player. Um,
See, I always felt like I had decent to good aim compared to most people. So then like the movement like brought me back down.
Interesting.
Also, like
What,
I
what
was much better at movement on controller. It never really translated to like keyboard.
really?
That was the keyboard. Yeah,
So
it just doesn't feel natural.
why not try some tac shooters?
The gunplay is not for me
Yeah,
at all.
I
The way
agree.
recoil works, and yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah,
Plus, I can't play search and destroy all day,
yeah, I
which is the COD
agree.
term for that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Yeah, you and I gotta try the finals. People in our Discord have been saying
We
that
will.
the finals team
uh,
deathmatch. Oh, a couple people were saying team deathmatch is the best executed team deathmatch they've ever played.
Part of me like complaining right now. Also, like movement got more featured in video games as I got older and had way less time to like grind. Like when I played Fortnite consistently every night for like 2 months straight, like I got decently good at the movement, and then it was fun. But
Hmm.
switching games all the time and not like practicing it and being consistently good at it makes
Hmm.
it more challenging. But that's just any aspect of the game. So
Yeah. Something interesting. I did check into this guy's live stream. This Enders, if you guys want to check him out. He does this full time with 79,000 subscribers. I subscribe probably around like 25,000. So I guess he's growing a lot.
well,
He played a little bit of Delta Force too, but his game really is Battlefield. Um, he uses an X2H ES. For the longest time, he used a GPX super light, super boring, and then I randomly checked into one of his live streams. And yeah, X2H ES. It's like, oh, that's kind of a.
huh.
It's not like super enthusiast, like you're not going Cyrox or quite Lamzu, but because it's still sold in like Micro Center.
Mhm.
But it's not Razer, it's not Logitech.
I have one of those. Haven't used it in like 6 months.
Yeah, I would consider buying it from you if it was like a white one or a green one, but
That's black. Yeah,
yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for the PRX. I White is so boring, but Pulsar's white coating is damn good.
it's
So
really good. Yeah, better than the black.
yeah, I'm just waiting for a cheap white one to pop up for $30, or maybe I'll pick up one of the PRX ones if those are good, if those have the good coating. Um, okay, next thing, hour 14 in. How do you evaluate mice and pads for personal use? This was actually
Mice, all of them. I have a strong recency bias. Like if I got something recently and it's new, it's always more interesting, and that wears off either when I get something else new or in 3 or 4 days usually.
what was
So
really
like,
refreshing was you really like the VXC R1,
hmm
like the one that the R1 Pro that's like $30. I like
Yep.
that take because people forget we get caught up in new releases. Bro, what were we talking about on the Discord the other day? Was it the deluxe
Master
M800?
MM720.
Oh. Oh yeah, I was saying the MM712. Oh
Brave
my
Search,
gosh,
go.
please Brave Search. Yes. The MM712 is such a good shape. This is better than an X2H in my opinion. I love 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 the shape. It's good
But
for
the
its time too.
720 is the goat.
That's the friggin' Pinky Rest one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's got my Tile Frenzy all-time PR.
Oh,
What
nice.
up?
But
Yeah.
this is an old mouse from 2022. Still a
Good.
banger. Yeah. The
I have
deluxe
a wired one in my basement for reasons unknown.
Yeah, deluxe M800 Ultra. Totally forgotten about Razer
Just the Viper
Viper
V2. Yeah.
Viper V2. It's like in between the V2 and mini size, but
Mhm.
solid
It's good.
mouse. Yeah.
Yep.
But we just forget about these and we go on to the newest things. So sorry, I kind of steamrolled you there, but I just think it's refreshing when reviewers don't gloss over, don't just make the newest mouse that they have and add it to their collection the next best thing.
Yeah, I never got around to making that Series 1 Pro review because I ran out of time, but even getting that new and testing it out, new to me was interesting. But
Hmm.
actually, I don't know. I usually have a rotation of 3 or 4 mice that I've gotten, the like most recent ones, and I'll just gravitate towards one. Back in the day, it was all, I mean, whatever was like, I would stick with one mouse for like years. And then more recently, it was whatever I was aiming the best with in name trainers, which has always been the OP1AK, it seems. But
Yeah.
that's mice. I don't know if you want to go through your mice takes and then we'll flop to pads.
Yeah, how do I evaluate mice? Um,
I guess I
so
never answered that. Clicks and coding.
clicks
Anyway,
and
go
coding are
ahead.
your top. I mean, I just go down the list. Like for my Amazon reviews, I kind of have a I sort of follow a template. I like bullet pointed lists, so I'll do clicks and then thoughts, coding, thoughts, side buttons, thoughts, skates, thoughts, shape, thoughts. Shape is still king. I firmly believe. Clicks and coding matter a lot, absolutely. To me, I'm really, really big on the clicks and the sides of a mouse. So I kind of do a bit of a fingertip grip. So because of that, hump doesn't really matter a whole lot to me. Um, I need sides to have a bit of flair so that I can actually, like the Rocket Jump Ninja test, if you slowly release your grip, it shouldn't just slip out, it should drop out. Um, I like a bit of hip
Yeah.
flare.
That's
Okay. I like a bit of hip flare. I've gone through a lot of different grip changes over the years, but what I mainly have been doing is a separated pinky and ring, so I like having that hip flare. Skates matter a lot because, like, as much as we don't like to admit it, if you have a solid enough mouse with a shape that, like, you're happy enough with, your pad and skates probably do more for your gameplay than like min-maxing the mouse shape, honestly.
hmm
But the thing is, skates are so changeable that I don't really care. And yeah, I think coding affects how you grip a mouse a lot. Um,
I sort of like autopiloted the
yeah,
fact that shape is king. I just kind of assumed that was a given.
yeah,
Once you get past that, yeah.
yeah.
I will say that a mouse having bad side buttons really will bother me, and I will stop using it.
But there's plenty of people who don't even use side buttons. All the
That's crazy. Yeah.
Zaopin or not Zaopin, Zonkonig M2K users. Um,
I like one thing that I usually like a mouse to be 40 millimeters tall, and I can guarantee it'll be like comfortable and it'll fit my grip. If it's shorter than that, it needs to have some back flare. Like it doesn't have to have a
hmm
tall hump, but it has to have a presence to the back of the mouse that'll help me lock in.
hmm
It's like the HGX too small, but something about the James Donkey shape works.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think part of it's the coding there. Yep.
that coding is so good.
It
Yeah.
is really good.
Uh,
And then yeah, I think click feel. I have always been a big advocate for click feel because it doesn't matter how good your aim is. If you miss time your click, you will miss the target.
mhm.
So unless I guess you're playing lightning gun all day long. So click feel is really important. I have always like all the modding I have done, it surrounds clicks. That's why I got into soldering and stuff was to change the clicks. Um, I really like Omron Opticals because they have very good positive feel feedback. When you click the switch, it collapses and it
Hmm.
stays collapsed. Uh, some mice, like when you press down, you get a tactile bump, but then you feel like you're pressing down on a spring. And for me, sometimes when I'm in tracking scenarios, I'll inadvertently lift back up because that spring is pushing back up. Maybe this is because I have a lighter grip because I'm fingertipping. Maybe if you have like a more aggressive claw, you're really. I mean, I've loaned mice to a friend who's a top 500 Overwatch player, and when he gave it back to me, the grip tape had like wear marks in it, and he had literally only had the mouse for like a month, and like the grip tape had been worn through.
Yeah.
So maybe because of my lighter grip, I also like lighter buttons. But yeah, just like pre and post travel can just ruin. Again, it doesn't matter if you track perfectly. If you mistime your click and you're using something like a deagle, you're gonna miss.
Omron Opticals, unless you're in a magnesium shell, are the hardest switches to mess up, I think. They're just so consistent in how they rebound and feel like it's this like a really safe pick.
We do have to careful though because I have bought a lot of Omron opticals from AliExpress and they are dog
Okay,
poop
that's fair.
quality. Like out of
Yeah,
the 10 I ordered, 5 of them were not good. Like they were too light, too heavy. The bump wasn't very pronounced. Um,
yeah, given the starting
yeah,
point of a decent hot rod.
yeah. I'm
Going
pretty
from there,
sure
yeah.
the manufacturers who matter who are using Omron opticals, I'm pretty sure they bin them. Like Maya X,
Yeah.
for example. Yeah, if I were to take those out of there, they'd probably still be the best feeling actual switches. I need to use this mouse more.
Yeah, I have mine right here too.
Oh, I heard it. Nice.
Yeah.
How about pads? How do you evaluate pads?
Usually I take it into the Kovacs and see how I'm performing with it, and I just will get a feel of whether or not I like it. I'm sort of like I roll kind of run on vibes when it comes to pads, I'll be honest with you. If it
Hmm.
like something is like feels like it's sticking too much or just like not transitioning in direction like change is good enough, I'll pop off of it. Art does affect my view of a pad, I'll be honest, in coloration,
Yeah,
like colorway. Like I just want pads to be quick though, in reality. Even if I perform decently well with slower pads, like I want it to be like Otsu speed at a minimum, more or less.
yeah,
Like I'm testing a pad from a company now that's a really good pad, but I'm not having fun with it because it's too slow
mm,
for me.
yeah.
So,
And size matters a lot too. I don't know why
oh gosh.
490 by 420. I mean, it's a good size, but it could be so much better. If you put your whole arm on the desk, 420 is not tall enough.
Right. Plus, I recently just decided, what the hell, and jumped from 32 centimeters to 46 on a whim. So now I really value the XL size more.
In Kovacs or in games?
I haven't played a game since I did that. I've only been in Kovacs. So,
Okay. Yeah,
but I intend to take it to Fortnite next time I play and see what's up. So,
yeah. I do remember AliExpress sellers saying something about that in the 500 by 500 is like way more expensive to ship or whatever. I know like
hmm.
Linus Tech Tips has said, like shipping aside, the cost of a pad to like go from big to bigger is like basically nothing because all
Yeah,
your
right.
cost is in like the setup of the machine and then shipping and handling.
I
So
would back that up too. Yeah.
yeah, so
Man,
500
this
by
my
5.
X is nice. What is wrong with me? Useless.
Yeah, so 500 by 500 is I know really important for me. How I evaluate pads, I'm not the best. I gotta be honest, I don't think I've done like
Me
really
either.
great quality. Okay, I don't think I've done great quality pad reviews. I like when I'm in game, I will change pads based on the weapon I'm using. Tracking weapons, so things with a higher rate of fire, I like speedier pads. Things with a lower rate of fire or a point click weapon like a shotgun or a revolver, I prefer slower pads. I
That's
like,
sort of like equates the track or like a static scenario almost, slower pad. That kind of
yeah,
makes sense.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. So, and I kind of changed mice really more so for the skates for the same reason.
I've not
So
been as schizo about mouse swapping since I've been reviewing, since I try to like stick to a mouse in a game to see how I perform with it. But like if I'm purely playing a game to do well, I will switch mice 4 times in a single round of BR, like
yeah,
and maybe a pad too, just because I feel like it'll help me out or like reset my aim. A
Yeah,
lot of Kovacs PRs come on a mouse swap, pad swap, first run.
mhm.
So yeah, that's a whole separate topic. But
Yeah. I think
that applies to a lot of stuff. Golf actually overlaps with that. Anyway, yeah.
I should bring up one of my videos. I don't know if one of these days I'm going to get copyright striked for watching somebody else's videos, but we need something for engagement and retention, right? I can pull up one of my Battlefield games, sure. Um, okay, how are we doing on time? We are at 125. I think we can do another one. Was there anything else I wanted to touch on with how I review pads? I don't know. Just 500 by 600 more
Surface
often, please.
texture. Texture
Yeah.
matters a lot.
Texture matters a lot too. Yeah. Like if it's too rough, PK control is too rough for me. That was an instant showstopper. Razor Strider too rough. Artisan Hien is kind of annoying. When I'm gaming, I don't notice it as much, but like for office use, oh my gosh, it just
Yes.
yeah,
I
okay.
can play with the Hien, like a fresh Hien, but if I'm like sitting here doing normal stuff, it's just like, why is my arm on sandpaper? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the texture, the speed, the feel of the pad that I want also depends on how I'm playing that day, what game I'm playing, what mouse I have. It's very, very dependent on a lot of factors. So
Yeah.
I could probably just also use the Otsu forever and be fine. Or the Hien.
hmm Yeah, my Hien XXL, it's a good pad. Okay.
I got one recently. Very pleased.
Yeah. So, next topic is nerdiest. Wait, was there? No, okay. Nerdiest non-mouse thing you're into. Oh my gosh, really? Are those Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Magic?
Magic the Gathering, yeah. I haven't played it in a
Oh,
long time, but I got really deep into it and I've recently purchased some cards again. So that's one of them. At one point I had like a $2,000 deck, which is enough money, I'll say, to spend on a deck.
you know, I just realized I had right-clicked on our. I don't know how long I had right-clicked on your webcam for a long time. So there's a menu like covering up like a third of your screen. It didn't cover up your face or anything. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a terrible podcaster. What can I say?
Restart.
I know, right? Hour 30 in. Um, okay. Yeah, so I got, man, blast from the past. So I was at a company event for Christmas, company party for Christmas, and they had fancy catering to this golf course or whatever is where we had it. And the guy cutting the like ribeye steak or whatever for me, to plate it for me, he was like, Eric? I was like, wait, what? Who are you? And he's this like 50-year-old guy, and he was like, do you remember me? It's Mr. Pete. I was like, no way. This guy was one of the teachers for a latchkey program I was in when I was in elementary
Hmm,
school. He taught us all how to play Magic the Gathering.
nice.
I haven't played the game since, but that was homie had a real nerdy hobby and decided to share it with some kids, and some kids played with him, and I remember him being like he was like the cool latchkey teacher, you know? Like he'd sit down and chit chat with you if you had something going on, he would listen. Um yeah. Yeah, Mr.
All right,
Pete
I'm gonna
shut.
real quick run this thing real quick about my other nerdy thing, and then I have to go.
Okay.
I just get really nerdy about everything I do. So like if I'm golfing, I'm like recording my swing. I'm like looking at different like YouTube videos and Reddit
Hell
posts and like
yeah.
trying to figure out all the small things. Yeah, I just do it for everything I do. But yeah, I got to dip.
Okay. Cool.
I may return.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. See ya.
Yep, my son's sick, so
Oh, rip. Poor son.
oh baby. Yep.
Oh, baby. So the nerdiest thing, let's see, nerdiest thing I'm into. I'm sorry if webcam is gonna look a little bit. I'm not gonna fix it. Whatever. You guys get to see. Can I minimize OBS? Well, then I can't see the feedback. What it actually looks like. Well, whatever. Um. So my nerdiest thing, I gotta say, like mice is it by far. Not even close. I mean, how do you explain? How do you explain the collection that's behind me and these calculator, literally three-fold classroom calculator holders? Pokemon cards I was into for a little bit back when I was like a little kid. I'm not like an adult into Pokemon cards though. I guess maybe Star Wars. I used to be really big into Star Wars. I actually started playing Star Wars Battlefront because I was like into Star Wars. I think there's a similar story for a lot of people, but yeah, Star Wars. I read a few books, like the Rogue One prequel, that the main characters are. So Jyn Erso, if you haven't seen Rogue One, is the main character. I forget the actress's name. And then her parents are also major characters. Here I am getting rezzed a ton. That's awesome. Her parents are like the main characters. So in Rogue One, the movie, spoiler alert here, okay, if you haven't seen the movie, at the very beginning, her mom, spoiler alert, it's kind of an old movie at this point, right? It's like 9 years old. I don't know. Her mom dies like right at the very beginning of the movie. And I remember because I read the book beforehand in preparation for watching the movie because this was back when we cared about Star Wars movie releases. And she dies like very quickly. I was like, wait, what? She was such a prominent character, but she wasn't in the movie. And in the movie, her death is kind of a catalyst for Jyn becoming a, rebel and all that, and her dad and stuff. And yeah, Krennic's a pretty good villain too. So I also really like the Star Wars Thrawn trilogy. So before it was canon, it's still not like fully canon. It's like partially made into canon. But the best book I've ever read was, well, technically it was an audiobook, but I listened to the book simply titled Thrawn. So it's how he joins the Empire. And not the best book ever in terms of like literary fortitude or whatever the word I'm looking for is. But just the story was really good, and a prequel, when it's done well, is so powerful. I don't know, the Star Wars prequels, like episodes 1 through 3, I still rather enjoy them. Yeah, they have really cheesy parts and stuff, but just the world building that they have it's so well. George Lucas really set up a good with the original trilogy. He really set up a good. It just scenes like the characters walk into a cantina and the camera pans around to the different aliens that are there doing different things, holding different drinks, having weapons, um, making different sounds. It just builds. It's world building. It makes the galaxy bigger than and then the extended universe will like take one of those characters and make a whole like storyline behind them. I mean, and we saw this, it's canon now too with like the book of Boba Fett. In the original trilogy, Boba Fett is not a super prominent character, but then here he is like whole movie series about him. Or like in the scene with Dengar and IG-88, those are so when Boba Fett gets hired by Darth Vader to um bounty hunt Luke Skywalker. There's two people standing next to him, three people actually. Um, wait, is it? It's Bosk, IG-88, whatever. It's a series of bounty hunters, and like Dengar, for example, is a dude in like a white skull cap bandana looking thing. He's just standing there, no voice lines, nothing. He is like a character in Star Wars Battlefront, the video games that you can like play as, and he has all these special abilities. He has all this lore behind him. And from the original trilogy, there's just nothing. So anyway, I guess I like Star Wars because there's a lot of world building to it, and kind of like what Daz was saying, how he like researches golf swings, for example, and really analyzes and like nerds out. Um, I super respect that because one take is to go super analytical with it. Another take is just to dive super deep into like the entertainment value of it. Um, so in this case of Star Wars, it's book. There's so much. I mean, I grew up with like even the like exploded views of X-wings, and they show all the different parts and stuff. Maybe this. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe my parents didn't think I was going to be an engineer when I'm reading books like that. But I'd say Star Wars. It's not like something I'm really into nowadays, though. That's the thing. You get older and your hobbies become a little bit different. Um, I was having this discussion with somebody. Maybe it was even Daz on the pod. Oh, things blur together. I was talking about how why is it that there's jokes of like dads are all into barbecuing and mowing their lawn and stuff like that. Oh, those are dad things. Well, why is that? Like, did you grow up just loving those things? Like, at what point do those things become an interest to you? And one of the things is simply growing up, you get more responsibilities, right? So you have less time to do things like play video games or other leisurely activities. So your obligations become kind of your leisurely activities, or you try to get the victories where you can. Barbecuing's one, right? A lot of people like cooking. Well, barbecuing It can be really difficult if you get really into, smoking and using the different pucks and all these things and marinating, or it can be very simple. You just throw burgers on the grill and then you just stand around drinking your beer or whatever it is that guys do, dads do, and you get to be outside doing it. So then that's, yeah, yeah, honey, I want to grill tonight. It's not necessarily like, oh, I'd rather grill than play video games. Like, heck yeah, I'd rather play video games. But if I'm gonna have to prep a meal for my family, yeah, it's fun. Mowing the lawn's another one. I have like my lawn is like zero point 0.4 acres, so to do it with a little push mower is like 2.5 hours. So I got into like podcasts, listening to podcasts and stuff. Stuff you should know. Great podcast, check them out. That was like I didn't like mowing the lawn, especially since 2 hours of mowing the lawn, half hour for weed whacking and cleanup, excuse me, and then half hour of, you know, taking a shower. It's the 3 hour commitment out of your evening that you have to do every single week just to maintain. You don't really get anything out of it. But I started looking forward to it because it was a nice chill time to just have my thoughts to myself and listen to some podcasts. So, yeah, I guess so. Going back to like nerding out on stuff. I guess it just evolves. Uh, I do think there are core personality things. Again, picking on Daz again and talking about how like analytical he is with like the golf swing again. And just like getting really into understanding something. Um, I think that's a personality trait that probably a lot of you guys watching this, listening to this, share, which is self-improvement. Whether that's something like aim training, right? I mean, you literally don't aim train unless you like want to get better. I mean, I'm sure there are people who straight up just play it because it's like a game to them, but at its core, it's about improving, right? And maybe not even if you don't look at it as improving your aim skill, if it is like your main game and you don't at all care about how it improves your skill in a Battlefield or Call of Duty, you still want to improve your high scores. Yeah. Yeah, I really need to get better at target switching. Watching this back, this is a year ago. So this is funny. The weapon I'm using here is a fairly new weapon. It was an assault rifle called the VHX D3. I actually have a mouse pad coming out with it, with this gun on it. It's it's like a made up future weapon for Battlefield, but it's based on the like Springfield Helion or whatever. It's like the civilian version that you can actually buy today. So I got a picture of that, and that's actually going in my mouse pad. Pretty cool. Friggin' spotting drones, those things suck. So yeah, this is pre-nerf. This gun had like no recoil. This is before they introduced visual recoil. So it's a really high rate of fire. It's like a 5 to 6 hit kill. Yeah, like I did 103 to that guy there, so that was probably 5 hits. Unless I got a headshot in there. 75, 99. So there we go. I hit him 4 times for 99. Didn't quite finish him. Yeah, my movement has, I'm probably playing it like a 40, 45 centimeter 360 in this. I've since increased to more like a 30 centimeter. Um, I definitely suffer in some tracking, but in like target acquisition, it's pretty bit better. Yeah, that was a bad miss there. Oh well. So yeah, like I think there are going to be personality traits that gravitate towards if you're a self-improvement kind of person, then you are going to nerd out about things because you're going to find something and you're going to latch onto it super hardcore. But I'm sure, you guys can attest to this. You probably have friends who aren't that hardcore about things. Maybe not even gaming, but just about a lot of things in general. Um, they don't focus so much on, oh yeah, the ping that my buddy's putting down there means there's probably a bad guy down there. It's pretty nice. So, you might have friends who just play video games casually. They just get on their console and they play a little bit and then they get off. They might even have very much more casual attitudes at work, or I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but at work or school, oh, I got the grade, I got it, it's fine, whatever. Oh, yeah, I'll study when I get around to. Oh, yeah, yeah, I didn't put a ton of effort into that report at work, but it's good enough, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of taken things seriously, so. It sounds like Daz is somewhat the same way too, at least. Obviously you have to get better at like not taking everything seriously, but I think uh I think self-improvement is like inherently going to make you nerdy about things. I mean, you could even talk about like weightlifting and stuff. Oh, it's a really macho masculine thing. Well, I'm sure you can get super nerdy about it, whether it's like talking about gear. Oh, am I gonna die here from the? Oh, rip, I had to reload. That sucks. I'm sure you can get super nerdy about the gear with weightlifting or other aspects of it. Nutrition is one too. I also think the definition of what's nerdy changes over time. For example, nutrition again. Um, Maybe 20 years ago, you would look at it as like, oh wow, you're getting really into like supplements, you nerd. And nowadays, it's like so mainstreamified. I mean, like AG1 has, your favorite YouTuber is sponsored by AG1 and other supplement brands. Um, yeah, so I think nerdiness kind of changes over time. Like, what else has become? Maybe this is just me getting older and just more things are socially acceptable, right? When you're in high school, like, your number one fear is like, you want to be in a relation, you have that crush, you care about peer pressure and you want to fit in. Um, and then you just get older and none of that stuff matters. So maybe the definition of what's nerdy and what's not changes. Hmm. I don't know. I think I'll go for a few more minutes here. Daz, I'll give him a few more minutes if he wants to come back, but he's probably gone. Poor guy, his kiddos. How's your week been? Any like weekend plans, work, weather? How's things going? Yeah, so weekend plans. I have my poor father-in-law is in the hospital. Actually, I don't want to go into that. It's kind of a bit of a downer, but just yeah, he's okay, but it's just a really tough situation that I don't want to depress a bunch of people with. But I mean, he'll hopefully be fine. He just needs a surgery on his ankle. Um, Gosh, we're introducing my dog to another dog for the first time. So I have a little German Shepherd. I wonder if I can. You guys, okay. I'm going to share something with y'all. I actually have unlisted YouTube videos. Does anyone else have unlisted YouTube videos? I asked Daz this. I was like, do you have any unlisted YouTube videos that we could like use it as a discussion topic? He's like, why would I have unlisted YouTube videos? Um, I have some. So let me just bring up my content and go to my doggy. Here we go. Pause this. Sorry for the engagement. It's probably better engagement than what I'm about to show you guys. But here I am throwing frisbee for my doggy in the wintertime. This was from February. So I have a German Shepherd. She's like a year and a half old. That's my first dog. My wife has had dogs. Yeah, like the everything melted and then refroze, so the whole thing's ice. So this is just funny. She slips and slides all over the place, but she loves frisbee. So my wife's boss also has a German Shepherd, well-trained boy though. They're physical therapists. So this dog, his name is nice slow mo. What's his name again? Um, it's like Moses. I was gonna say it's biblical or something. Yeah, Moses. He's a big boy, and he is a good boy though. He comes to work and he chills out, and he's okay with people coming and going. So that's good. He's good with people. He's a little bit timid around other dogs. I think he's like 4 or 5 years old, and that's how our dog is too. She loves people. She thinks everyone in the world exists to play with her. So unfortunately, that means she'll like bark at people, but it's like a hey, hello, pay attention to me, come play with me. But other dogs she's a little bit nervous of. She hasn't really experienced other dogs a whole lot other than occasional play dates with her brother before they were neutered and fixed. So, yeah, we have a play date with them on Saturday. Long-winded way of me saying that I'm doing a
Hello.
doggy play date. You are back.
Yes, I was lurking on my AirPods listening the whole time
Oh,
on my
really?
phone.
Okay. I'm trying to keep it
I
interesting
couldn't talk
somewhat.
because I would have played through the monitor and then my bed or my wife would have heard it.
Wake everyone up to my
I was gonna be
lovely
like, how bad
voice.
is my AirPod mic quality? But yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
a couple
Um,
more things about the nerd stuff. I think I've
yeah.
probably tried like 20 different golf balls since I've been playing, trying to like figure out which one like maximizes like the apex of like your shot. So like your iron shots land better, or like your driver lands at an angle that like rolls farther and all that stuff. Like
I
just
thought golf balls were like highly standardized. You wouldn't like
they have to be in a certain
regulated.
range, but like there's different like spin properties and like dimple patterns within like the regulations that change the properties and different like numbers of layers and different like quality balls and different softness and hardness.
So if you go compete though, then everyone's using the same ball, or can you pick?
You can pick as long as it's like tournament legal. A majority of people use like a
Interesting.
Titleist Pro V1, but there's like a Pro V1 or a Pro V1 X will spin more.
Hmm.
which depending on how you swing, which is a very personal thing, people can go get fitted for clubs, but they can go get fitted for balls too, based on
Oh,
their
I
swing.
want to get fitted for
Yeah.
balls.
I haven't done that yet, but no, yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
I I also do yeah, I do some weightlifting as much as I can in my current situation, which lends itself to nutrition and like I'm also big on like supplements.
So, do you
Yeah.
agree with? I kind of said the definition of cool has changed over time. Maybe that's societal, like we're better at accepting things, or maybe just you and I have gotten older and now we don't care about looking cool anymore.
It's definitely a combination of both things, probably more towards the older thing. I don't know. I
Yeah.
always just did nerdy stuff, but now I just don't care if people know. And like, in fact, I like to just tell people about it and talk about it. 'Cause it's just like, if they can talk back about it, it's a great conversation.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
true. I know, yeah, finding somebody who has like a similar interest, but also like a similar, it can be tough. So I feel like making friends with a similar interest isn't enough. You also have to vibe a little bit. This is, I
Oh,
guess,
for sure.
Captain Obvious here. But for example, I recently found a couple randos to play Battlefield with. And both of them are like, they're both talented players, but they're the kind of people who they will listen to rap music while they play the game. They're not
Mm-hmm.
super into like analyzing, oh, I died there, what could I have done differently? Or, hey, there's an this or that on the enemy team, we should counter with this. They're much more casual with it. Um, and then also just they're a little bit, in my opinion, distastefully vulgar.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all for vulgarity, but there's a point where it's, I don't know, not tasteful. So because of that, I like don't really gravitate towards playing with them anymore, even though they're like
Yeah.
pretty active. I would almost just like rather play alone. I don't know.
I get
So
that.
maybe they just
This
think
random
I'm a
gameplay
nerd.
is maybe this random gameplay is giving me the urge to try playing Battlefield with you guys again. So we'll see if I follow up on that or if I just
Yeah,
said that now and it's not real. But yeah.
gunplay's good. I think the main thing you just have to watch. Also, the like ability to revive teammates is phenomenal. I get res
Well,
so
we're
much.
playing
Ooh,
together.
am I
You
getting?
guys are so good at that. Yeah.
I'm gonna get res in the fire. Yeah, I got res in the fire. Hell yeah. Oh, I was like 98 and one too there. Because I get rezzed a whole bunch here. The gunplay is really good. You have to learn like recoil management, but and obviously the maps. The most frustrating part for probably a lot of people is the movement. It's just there's a lot of inertia to everything. If you're going into this thinking you're going to be able to strafe really fast like Overwatch or whatever, rapid trigger or not, rapid trigger does not benefit you in this game. Not really. It's
I
just
like
too
that.
really
And
okay.
like skill-based matchmaking is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's really nice that like it's only about every other game that I actually I play the same playlist, which is infantry only because screw vehicles.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, and I only recognize like a good player on the other team like once every other game. Ooh, I got
And just
stuck.
to clarify, I always complain about this. Like, I don't not want to be in a game with good players. I just don't want to be in a game with all only people who are as good as I am or
Yes.
better.
Yeah,
That's what makes it not fun.
because otherwise otherwise just go play like pickup games like private lobbies, competitive private lobbies,
No, exactly. Go do like scrims and tournaments and stuff. And yeah,
which is yeah, it's fun, but it's a different game. It's queuing for comp. It's
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
and personally, I do not like. I love pickup games when I played Star Wars Battlefront competitively because I knew all the guys. It's so different if it's just randoms. It's so much
Hmm.
more toxic. It's so much less lighthearted. It's so much less epic if like your team has a really cool comeback. It's so much better if you actually know the people. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you should try it. I'm also down to I know we need to try the final.
How
That's
we
what
do the
people have
finals.
been saying.
Yeah.
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 I know can I force people to watch one more of my dog videos? I just think she's
What
the
other
great.
game was I
Oh
consider?
no.
Oh, you don't like BRs? They just
No.
re-released like the OG version of COD Warzone. I need to try that out as well.
Yeah,
That
I
seems
saw
sick.
people what's the
Yeah.
Verdansk or
Verdansk. Yeah.
so what's the okay, I guess I will look up so that's just a map re-release?
Everything new. It's a complete overhaul of the entire game and the whole systems and the movement and everything, basically. They like it's like
Oh,
almost a reversion to like
what is?
what it started as in like the first COD that dropped Warzone, which was way more fun.
Huh. So,
It's like a hard rollback. Every
but
time
don't.
they release a new COD, they like redo the engine and everything. But they've managed to apparently to like rave reviews emulate what that was like a lot more. It's the original map for the most part, but they changed a few things.
Huh.
The movement was like the Omni movement was scaled way back or removed for the most part. I think like a bunch of different mechanics were reverted. So
Huh.
a lot of people hope that this just remains as Warzone forever. It probably won't,
Wait,
but
did they
yeah.
remove Warzone? Like, there's still tons of people who play Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 because those have
Mhm.
dedicated like you can do private hosted matches. So you can host your own lobbies that you don't have to be on EA servers, and people like those mechanics. I mean, isn't there a bunch of people who play the OG Verdansk? Why did this have to come back?
No, whenever like the new Warzone comes out, the other one just dies. So like Warzone 2, Warzone original, like Verdansk was gone, the map was gone, the way the game was played was dead. Warzone,
Okay.
like whatever, yeah. All the different mechanics and guns changed. There was this whole controversy when they went from Warzone 1 to 2 where you were supposed to roll over all your skins and guns and everything and cosmetics you paid for, they didn't.
Ooh. And
That
they
was a
said that
big
they would?
and they had claimed they were going to, yeah.
Ooh. Yikes. Hmm.
Every time they release a new Call of Duty game, it's like they kind of reset Warzone and like a bunch of shitty bugs that they fixed over the last year come back and the game engine kind of sucks and the network goes back to crap and like there's a bunch of just weird stuff they iron out. And then 4 to 5 months after like the new COD comes out, that version of Warzone is like playable and
Hmm.
stable, but not necessarily what people want. So
Yeah, and
this is a
it can kill the
yeah.
game on arrival. That's what happened to X Defiant, right?
Hmm.
There were so many like
Yep.
latency bugs and stuff. Like honestly, a pretty refreshing FPS. It was a TAC FPS, but it wasn't so TAC FPSy. There was
Hmm.
abilities, but it wasn't like, you couldn't it wasn't like that you were just useless if you didn't use a certain character. Yeah, but that game was kind of DOA. Hmm.
Yep. Sadly.
Well, yeah, I mean, I see tons of Reddit posts about this. This is, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If it was free, I would play it. But
It is.
oh, okay, I would try it with you. Yeah, but I
If you
still don't.
played if you played BRS, we play together every night. You
Oh
play,
yeah,
but because that's what I'm like addicted to. But yeah.
okay,
I also
yeah,
love or like Battlefield standard team like deathmatch, whatever objective domination sort of game type too. So
yeah.
I just get sucked back into BRs all the time.
Really, you just
I
really
don't know why.
like the chasing the thrill of the solo victory.
But yeah, I play duos exclusively almost, but yeah, the
Okay,
like being the last man standing is very interesting. Yeah, the whole
okay.
like idea of looting and rotating and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, see, I don't at all like loot. I don't like the idea of looting at all. I don't like that. It's a element that introduces some RNG.
it does.
Yeah.
That causes some rage. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do get why people. I mean, there still is skill to it, landing in certain areas and understanding that if you didn't get something good, then you're going to take your engagements not so.
Yeah, when to engage, when to third party, when to back out of a fight, all
Yeah,
that stuff. Yeah, which is, I mean, stuff you do in normal game types as well. But
yeah. This is all recorded one day. My dog, I freaking love my dog, dude. Yeah, I had to throw out this frisbee though because it was kind of cutting up her lips. She's running with a piece
oh
of
man,
ice, so she's not going to catch it. Oh, I had to jump over it there too.
oh yeah, I've seen this
Uh,
one before.
oh, I've shown you this.
You showed me this before, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh man, it's funny because I played Ultimate in college, so it's actually really nice to have a buddy that I can throw a frisbee with again. Even though it's a friggin' dog disc, so it's like not the same. But it's fun too seeing them like get better. Like I remember the first few times she showed interest in the frisbee and catching it, she like wouldn't, just like no
Hmm.
mouth frisbee coordination. But now she's like way better at it. Yeah, we're playing on the snow here too. This has got to be a little slick. That was a good catch at the end. Good girl. Okay. Well, I think we can wrap it up then. Um, well, y'all, if you've made it this far, you are a real OG. Leave a comment down below. What's the nerdiest thing you're into? If you enjoyed this podcast, subkidder conscribing, sharing it with your fellow mouse nerds is another great way to show the love. If you have an idea for a discussion topic, leave it in the comments below. Join our Discord. We're active on there, active AF. Like a bunch of the topics from this week are actually from Discord.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty active. Yeah, I look forward to like responding and seeing what everyone's saying all the time. So
yeah,
it's
I
good
mean,
stuff.
even stuff like breaking news about the Omron Opticals R5. That was Rarzies on our Discord was the first to show that.
Hmm.
So we'll be back next Friday with another episode.
See ya.